I really don't like making videos like this, but they get views, and according to the comments, what I see in the comments, it's a shared experience. It's something that like we're all going through. The faulty parts thing, junk, right? Now the last one we did was that set of points where the contacts had welded themselves together. And you say, well, how many sets of points did I sell over the course of a year? Quality control is going to slip on something like that. But a lot of you guys that run regular shops all said this. I can't tell you how many people commented, yeah, I put 5 starters in this thing, I put 3 water pumps in it, coolant temp sensors, throttle position sensors, oxygen sensors, all just junk right out of the box, dead out of the box. And everything that we've done to this point on this channel has to do with classics, vintage, high performance stuff. So it's like one-off, low production, and maybe you could expect some quality control issues. But this time around, it's actually something that anybody can relate to. So let me preface this by saying 2 things. The first is that I've been a mechanic since the 70s, right? I got thrown out of school when I was 16 and went right to work as a mechanic. So my career spans the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2020s, right? Right up to this point. So I've seen it all, I've done it all, been there, done it, right? And I've never seen anything like this, ever. The second thing I want to say is that if you're in the regular repair business, I feel for you. I mean, I would be getting out if I were you, because the state of things as they exist right now, it's impossible. There's no way you can convince a customer with the quality of stuff that's coming through today. And it's not just my experience, but like I said, I read these comments and I see how many of you have the same experiences. There's no way that you can explain to a customer that you're not incompetent, that you didn't screw this thing up, that you didn't misdiagnose it, or you didn't install it wrong. There's just no way for them to grasp that. There's no way for them to appreciate that. I feel bad for you guys. So this is what happened with this. So we bought this truck a few weeks ago. We did the video on it, and as I've been using it as my primary daily driver since, it's a great driving truck. Now I got it from a guy who had replaced a head gasket on it because it blew a head gasket. And I also noticed that he put a new radiator in the truck. And I also see that there's a lot of rusty residue, like from old antifreeze. You probably can't see it on the camera, but there's a lot of rusty residue. And you can see the antifreeze in here is all new and it's pretty and it's green. So it appears to me what happened was it needed a radiator and obviously a flush. And they changed the radiator, and then soon after that, they probably blew the head gasket. And I say this now because of the series of events that I've come across here. So like I said, I drive the car, I buy this thing and I drive it for a few days, and I notice that it's got a small spot of antifreeze under the front corner of the truck every time I park it. I pop the hood and I look, and it's wet all around the cap area, all right? So I says, fine, the cap is bad. I didn't even think about it, right? I just ran to the auto parts store, got a new cap, popped it on, problem solved, right? I didn't even think about this. A couple days later, I notice there's a spot of antifreeze under the front of the truck. I look, it's wet. I'm like, must have been a defective cap. Bad one on auto parts, right? I return the cap, I get another cap, I put it on there. Drive it, right? I'm not paying any attention, I'm not really looking at the front of the truck. I notice after a couple of days the temperature gauge is starting to go up high. What's going on here? So I open the hood, and the first thing I look at is at the overflow tank, which I had topped off the overflow tank, to the fill line on it. But I noticed that the overflow tank, the antifreeze is just sitting there. It hasn't moved, it hasn't exchanged anything. And when I pop the cap off, it's empty. So it's down a little bit more than a half a gallon. Why didn't it pull from the reservoir when the level dropped? This doesn't make any sense. So I says, well, it must be defective caps, right? I must be getting a run of defective caps. So I take a cap off one of our other cars, one that I know doesn't leak, and I put it on here, drive it. Sure enough, it's leaking. What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. This new radiator, now I bought another Cherokee that's out front, and luckily it has the original radiator in it. So I look, and I check all the dimensions. Right? I'm saying there must be something wrong here. There must be something weird. And I checked the dimensions, and the dimension from here to here is exactly the same, right? Well, it all looks right. It's all fine. But then I checked the thickness of this ledge here. So if you're not familiar, right, and I'm sure most of you guys are familiar, but if you're not familiar, this lip here starts off thin, and then it has a step and it gets thick. And that engages these tangs right here. So what happens is, as you tighten the cap, you turn the cap, it goes to this step and it sucks the cap in even tighter. Well, this is significantly thinner than the original one. It's the same thickness over here where it initiates, but when you get to this point where there's the step, it's much thinner. So this cap isn't being sucked down sufficiently. Remember, it has to fight the spring. So it's not being sucked down sufficiently to create an airtight seal here. And that's why it wasn't exchanging anything from the overflow tank, which actually should have been like my tip-off right off the bat, but you know, live and learn. So what was my fix for this? I mean, it's pointless trying to get a different radiator, so I took a pair of pliers and I squeezed down these tangs over here, I don't know, 60, 70 thousandths of an inch, and stuck it back on, tightened it down, and I haven't had a problem since. But this is indicative of the state of the auto repair industry. Like I said, this is just a regular, everyday, daily driver type of car. This is not like a freak show, something that you only see. There's only 500 of them left on the planet, so you can expect quality control would be, you know, no. This is a regular, everyday car. And, you know, here's the thing with something. If you run a shop and you run into a situation similar to this, you could end up having a customer that's not paying attention, so you change the radiator, you put a fresh cap on it, you put a fresh antifreeze in it, and you send it down the road. They're not paying attention, they're not watching gauges, they're not looking for bottles. The next thing you know, you got a blown head gasket, and it's your fault because you're the last guy to touch anything on the cooling system. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened over here. What do you do about it? I have not a clue. If I was in the repair business, if I was in any type of automotive service business, first, I would be informing my customers, you know, up front when they bring in the car in, we're having a bad run of parts. So don't be surprised if this thing's going to have to come back. I know that's not the kind of thing you want to tell your customer. You want them to have confidence in what you do. But I'm telling you, if I was in the business and I had to do any type of repair work like that, where you've got a part that you're not going to be completely certain of, I would be doing that. I would be letting my customers know there has been a bad run of parts, and if they don't believe you, or if there's any questioning, turn them onto videos like this. And I'm not the only one doing these videos. Turn them onto videos like this so they see it's not just you, it's not just them. And I would seriously be looking to get out of the business because I don't see this turning around anytime soon. I don't believe the quality control is all of a sudden going to magically reappear, and everything that we can have faith in everything we buy over the parts store counter. It's all substandard. There's no quality. I don't know what to say. You know, hopefully tomorrow we can do a video with like good, positive, progressive results. But for today, it's another one of these junk part. Well, no, the cap was okay. It's the radiator. You know, another junk part video. Good luck out there, guys. It's a minefield. I'll see you tomorrow.